All right, let me turn that down because that's the radio. That's not me playing that. Ooh, child. It is 15 degrees. Woo! It's freezing, and I chose today to come out of the house without my gloves on, like a dummy. Ugh. See, you can see my breath. Oh man, I can't even put that up because now y'all can't see. The sun is doing its thing though. We love that. Okay. It is Tuesday. I had one of those mornings where I stayed up way later than I should have last night, and I knew that I shouldn't have. But when you're off, when you're off on a Monday specifically, I feel like it throws off your Tuesday because it's like I'm off, but I'm really like usually I'm working, but since I'm off and it's a Monday, Tuesday's gonna feel like a Monday, and so I don't know. I know it's all mental, but I definitely was like a little thrown off due to having yesterday off. And I don't understand why everybody's driving like snails this morning. Like, what is that about? It just took me forever to make that right turn for no reason. Anyways, we got a lot of snow this weekend in Jersey. The snowfall we had before this weekend, I was kind of like, it ain't really about nothing, that's what I was saying. But this weekend we got mollywopped, and it wasn't even that the accumulation was all that high necessarily. It was more so that it was nonstop. Like, it started snowing on, what was that, Friday night, Saturday night, and then it didn't stop until like Sunday. I don't know. It snowed for like quite a few days. Well, 2 days straight. Like, it just kept snowing. Just snow. And I feel like the weather forecasters downplayed the amount. It didn't seem like, come on, man. If you don't fucking go, oh my God. It's always a woman and it's always an Altima. It's either Altima or Corolla. And just so you know, I don't even know if I can turn the camera so you can see her car. I don't want to put her out there like that, because then you can see her license plate. I'm not trying to dox nobody or nothing like that. But the Altima does have a dent in it. Homegirl has been in a little bit of a car fuffle. And it's like obvious why, because I'm driving behind her and she doesn't make the best decisions. But I digress. Because everybody doesn't drive like me. And I'm not a perfect driver, but I believe I drive very well. I drive defensively. And I think that if you drive defensively, nobody can really be mad. This intersection, they made a four-way stop, and a lot of times the people that come through this intersection do not respect the stop. They just be like, oh, you got a stop sign, but I don't. So let me tell y'all how I went and got my nails done yesterday. If you've been here before, then you know that I've always taken pride in my nails, and that typically I wear them long and coffin shaped. That's my preference. I wouldn't say that my nails were extra long, but they were pretty long to be natural, to be my nails or whatever. So, the beginning of the year, I decided, let me cut them. Let me shorten my nails and start all over. Because towards the end of 2025, I started going to a different nail salon. And it wasn't even that the salon came highly recommended or anything like that. It was more so just the fact that it was close by my job and would solve the issue of me rushing to go get my nails done, so that I could get there either early before anybody else did or before they closed. The place I was going to before was closer to my house, and so I was going there because it was convenient to where I live. But the lady that was doing my nails, she fucked up a couple of times, and I was like, all right, I can't come back to you because you don't know what you're doing. Well, not that she doesn't know what she's doing, but I didn't like how when I tried to explain to her some things that I didn't like, she wasn't very amenable to that. And when one of the last times I went to her and I asked her for what I wanted, and I picked out the color and she went and got the color and everything, and when she sat down to start doing my nails, I got a completely different thing that I asked for. I was like, you know what, it's a wrap for you, because she caught an attitude with me for not telling her that I didn't like what she was doing. Meanwhile, I thought we were on the same page the whole time, so I'm not interrupting her process because I don't do nails. She does nails. So I'm like, well, maybe she's putting down this top layer, this base layer before she puts on the top coat. Because a lot of the things that she had done to my nails previously was stuff that I wasn't used to being done. But the outcome would be good. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna question her process. I'm gonna let her do what she thinks that is supposed to be done, and then, pay her when she's done. And for me to be spending $85 every 2 weeks to get my nails done, I want to come out of there very happy with what I've paid for. And like I said, the last couple of times I went, I was less than happy. And if I gotta come back to you a day or a couple of days after you just did a whole full set because I don't like it, I had done that a few times. And it's like the first couple of times I was like, all right, I'm gonna just chalk it up to we misunderstood each other, right? But the last time it happened, to me, it went further past the misunderstanding. So, okay, that was that. Stopped going to her in like October. In November, I started going to this new place. When I started going to this new place, not only did I like the fact that they were quicker, they were cheaper, but whatever I asked for, they just did it straightforward. Even so, there's a guy that does my nails, and even the last set that he did for me before the new year, I let him freestyle it. And I came up here and showed y'all it, but it was a holiday themed set, which I had a different polish on each nail. And it wasn't gaudy to the point where you're like, girl, what you got going on? It was more so like festive, like, wow, Christmas represented on every nail. So I'm like, all right, cool. Because I told him, I want a red nail, I want a blue nail, and I want a green nail, right? Because I wanted it to look a little bit like reminiscent of like all the gifts you get under the tree, right? So anyway, I loved that set. He did a fantastic job with that set. I'm saying that to say that even though I gave him the creative license, I still wasn't disappointed. Like, I still was very happy with what I walked out of there with. And I got tons of compliments on those nails. But in the midst of him doing the nails and me explaining to him how I like my nails to look, I like them to be what I describe as dainty and feminine. I don't like them to be bulky. When I get designs, I don't like to get anything that's like raised up on my nail or anything like an accessory added to the nail. I don't like jewels and floral appliques or anything like that. I like seeing it on other people. I think it looks great on other people, but for me, not a thing. So We were talking about how I prefer my coffin shape, and he was saying how that's the hardest shape to achieve because everybody's nails grows differently, and sometimes the nail bed is too wide, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, you know what could I do to keep my nails in the best shape for you to do them the best way? And he was like, honestly, just you have to start with a good foundation. So I was like, well, since I'm coming to you from somebody else who I didn't love the way she shaped my nail, he was trying to make the best of it. And I think he did a really good job of making the best of what she was doing previously. Because like I said, every time he did my nails, I was happy with them. I never walked out of there like, you know. And so I made the decision. He did not ask me to do this, but I made the decision I said, look, the next time I come, why don't we start from scratch? Why don't we start over? Why don't I let you cut them down and, cut all my length and then start shaping them from scratch, and then we go from there. And so that's what we did. The last time I went was right for the new year, and I let him cut them down. So now they're very short. And but this isn't what he did. He did a set in green. I had like what is it called? I was gonna say amber. That's not the word. What the hell is the word, y'all? Ombre. He did my nails ombre green. That's posted on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, it's one of the last posts I made on Instagram, showcasing that I got new nails and that they're short. Everybody that knows me knows that was kind of a big deal because I like my nails a certain length. And after the whole debacle of moving back to Jersey and having to cut them off simply because I was moving, it took me a while before I got back into getting my nails done again as a result of coming back to New Jersey, because the place I was going to before I left Jersey closed. No, it didn't close. It had new ownership. Then I found the place that I started going to and stopped going to in October. I went to her for about a year. I liked her. We had good gab. She introduced me to some TV shows that I loved, whatever. And I like going to somebody that's around your age that you can talk to about stuff too. Like, that was cool too. It was her mom in that shop. So I liked going there. So I was going there for about a year, and then I was like, all right, she did what she did. I just talked to y'all about that. So I started going to this new place who now I've only been going to since November. So he's only done my nails a few times. I went on yesterday, to get my nails done because I was off, and I figured it wouldn't be a lot of people in there. So, good thinking on my part. However, because everybody likes to go to him, the two people that were waiting for him. So naturally, the lady offered me somebody else to do my nails. So I'm like, all right, I know that he'll still take care of me even though he's not doing my nails. I know he'll check in and let the lady know exactly what I want, how I want it, blah, 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 right? So when I picked out my color and I showed the lady what I wanted, she went and picked up the polish, and then she came back, because as you see, I got two colors, right? I showed her the picture of somebody with a nude nail and a blue tip, but I picked pink cat eye and I wanted a blue tip. She come back with hunter green. Why she come back? And then she put it down on the desk and was like, it's okay. I'm like, no, this is not blue. So then she came back with the book and was like, how about this? And it was like a purple. And I was like, no, that's not blue. I'm like, all right, I get up, I go pick up one of the other books, and I find this blue. So I'm like, this one. So then the guy comes over and he's like, that's going to be an extra $25, right? Because I'm getting two colors, one of which is cat eye, which cat eye is more expensive than traditional gel polish. So I'm like, fine, whatever. I don't care. I came here to get what I want, so I don't care that it's a $25 upcharge. I'm cool with that. Like, whatever. I was paying $90 to get my nails, 95. You know, when you add the tip, you might as well just call it $100 because the nails themselves was 85. That's when my nails was longer. So I'm like, you know, $25 on top of whatever the manicure fee is not gonna break me. Whatever. So she goes to do my nails. Now, her first faux pas is that she made my cuticle bleed on my index finger. And I'm not one of these people who like squirms and I don't do all of that, right? So when she did it, I didn't make a noise. I just went like this. And then she saw the blood and she was like, oh, I'm sorry. She kept apologizing. I'm like, bro, at this point, you know, just keep it moving. Now, I needed my cuticles cleaned up. That's like one of my favorite things about getting a manicure. Having my cuticles cleaned up. Get all that dead skin off from around my cuticles. So now my cuticles are nice and clean, you know, ready for my nails to grow in the way I want them to. So we're in good shape. That was the first thing. So then she was a little rough. She was. But I don't complain. You know, it's like, just get me in and out, right? Whatever. So she starts painting my nails. Now, some places do a base coat before they apply the tiger eye polish or the cat eye polish. And I'm used to that, but she didn't do that. Instead, she did 2 coats of the polish before she started with the magnet. Because they use a magnet in order to impart the cat eye effect. The magnet is what gives you the illusion that there's like a cat eye. I can't explain it any better than that. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So, I thought it was weird. Not gonna lie, thought it was weird. But then when she started doing the magnet won't do a shit. So it literally just looked like I had regular polish on and whatever the magnet was. So she went and got the guy's magnet. And they exchanged some words. So I believe that he told her like, yo, do it like this, not like that. Whatever. So she starts doing it again. And at this point, I just want to get out of there. Because like, I'm not about to be like, no, yes, no, whatever. Just finish, right? So she like puts the magnet on my nail for all of like 3 seconds. And anybody who's had cat eye nail polish done before knows that you have to like use the magnet for a good 10 seconds, and then if you want any dimension, you have to move to another location and do the same thing for another 10 seconds before you do the next nail. Most places will paint and then sit you under the dryer, then go to the other hand, do 2 nails, swap like that. Because you can't do a whole hand and then put the hand under the dryer. You have to be meticulous with cat eye. So you can do, you want to do the effect while the polish is still wet. I know I'm getting into the weeds, but it doesn't matter. I'm just yapping on my way to work. So by the time she finishes, I walk over to him because I'm like, all right, you wanted me to pay the extra $25, which I was cool with, but I didn't get what I asked for, right? But I didn't say that. I just was like, here's the finished product. What do you think? Because I'm like, I know he gonna see what I see. So he finishes the lady that he's doing her nails. He finishes her one nail or whatever, and then he gets up and he goes to bring me up so that I can get out of there or whatever. He goes, you know what, I'm not going to charge you the extra 25, just let's leave it at 50. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now I'm not mad because you didn't charge me the extra because I didn't really get the extra. I'm not upset at the job that she did. The polish was inconsistent, but I still feel like I got sort of what I was looking for. I wanted pink with the blue. I wanted to look like I had 80s inspired nails, because a lot of us, I won't say us because I was still a toddler in the 80s, but I feel like if you grew up in the 80s, and if you were at least a teenager in the 80s, then you probably remember wearing like fluorescent blues and pinks and purples. And so I was thinking about that, like a jogging suit type vibe, like that's the what I was going for. But I wanted the cat eye to give it some more visual appeal. I don't know if you can see that really well, but anyway, it gave me the look I was going for, just minus the cat eye, which is fine. I told him I'll be back in 2 weeks for my Valentine's Day nails. And I told him I'm gonna make an appointment with you, because I did go in without an appointment yesterday. So that's partly my fault. But because I know he knows what I like, I definitely will be making an appointment to go see him specifically in 2 weeks. And I'm going in exactly 2 weeks. I'm not messing around. Like, I'm not playing no games. I am. What is this person doing? Why are you going this way? Oh, she's getting air for her tire. That's why she's doing that. So anyway, I gotta go in the store real quick, y'all. I'll be back. Oh, I dropped a quarter. I dropped two. Why am I dropping all this change? What the hell? What the hell? That was weird. Okay. Thank you for... Hey, Cynical One. Good morning, AB Media. Paul Wilson. Sorry, my phone is up above my steering wheel, so I can't see the screen fully. I can just see like my face. But anyways, yeah, it's 15 degrees in New Jersey. We're just about through with January. We got 10 days of January left. I can't believe January came in and left like it did. I'm not mad at it though. I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I'm kind of happy that January came in and was like, all right, yo, let's get this started and let's get on out of here. Let's get on to February. Black History Month. But who's looking forward to the Super Bowl? Anybody? I remember, Was that 2021? I think it was 2021. The Super Bowl 2021. That was the first time I had C19. Yeah. And then the second time was 2022 for my birthday. Good times. Isn't that crazy how we just kind of allowed that in and just... Okay, I am going forward, and this person in this Hyundai is blowing mine. Because you did that for what? You guys, I wish you could see the intersection that I just went through. I digress. It's very weird walking around with short nails, though. I feel like such a child. I feel like a toddler. And you just sped for no reason, sir. People who speed in parking lots scare me. Yesterday, this lady she almost ran this dude over. Like, he had to actually pick up his step and run to get to the sidewalk because she was speeding. She was speeding in the parking lot. Like, she was going at least 50 miles per hour, yo. And the thing is, like, not only did he have the right of way, but I did too. And I just stopped because I saw how fast she was going. God forbid I didn't stop. Like, that would have been a whole mess. And the only thing I could think of was that she might have been drunk. Because it just didn't... There's absolutely no reason for you to be driving 50 miles per hour in a parking lot. There's just never... You're not... Like, it was a huge parking lot and she was in the middle of it. Like, it wasn't even like she was coming off of 46 into the parking lot, or like she was getting ready to get out of the parking lot, so she's trying to, pick up her speed to get on 46. She was in the middle of it, like smack dab. I don't know. I digress. People don't make sense, but you gotta let people be people. You just gotta steer clear of them. Let people be people, but steer clear of them. Anyway, brought my lunch today like a good girl, and I brought some breakfast, y'all. I'm back on my chia seed pudding kick, and this time I made it with coconut milk, overnight oats, peanut butter, mini morsels, cocoa powder, and honey. Now let's see how much of it I'll eat. Because that's the thing. Breakfast is not my girl. I like breakfast food, but I don't like eating in the morning. I just don't like feeling heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I eat breakfast... Sorry. Yeah, I was muted that whole time. Thank you, Red. All I was saying was that you can't ask me to go anywhere and do anything after I eat breakfast, because if I'm eating a for real breakfast in the morning, then that's not conducive to me being necessarily productive. That's what I was saying. I don't understand how people eat full breakfast breakfasts. I don't see how people eat full breakfasts in the morning and are still productive. Because I feel like that snow that you hear me stepping into. Because yeah, it show y'all it snowed all weekend. So yeah, I left the house without my gloves like a dummy and without a scarf. So my neck is kind of cold right now, but I'm just walking into the building. It's fine. Everybody's fine. Everything's fine. I go upstairs and make myself a cup of tea. I'm a little early because you know what they say, the early bird gets the worm. I don't want no worm, but I like being early. It's the most Mondayest Tuesday ever, y'all. It looks good, but I have texture issues. Good to see you too. Oh, yeah, I have texture issues too, but that's actually what I like about it. I like creamy things, and because it's the morning and it's not something too heavy, like I like chia seed pudding. This is what she's talking about, y'all, in case y'all. So I put almonds on the top too. You see the peanut butter? But yeah, that's overnight oats and chia seeds and coconut milk and Greek yogurt. But I also made a soup because it's cold. So I'm gonna have soup for lunch. I'm gonna, you know, try to fill myself with. Yes, I add texture. Yes, yes, yes. Um, I add texture because I like the crunch. So I don't like it to just be all the way smooth, but I like the consistency, the thickness that the chia seeds give anything you put in them. So, yeah, I add texture. Um, I love crunchy things. But yeah, it's also good because it gives you fiber, and after the year I had last year and the surgery I had to have, I'm not trying to find myself in that position again. So, I'm giving myself the things that I need while enjoying them. That's, I think, the best way to approach your health in terms of what you eat. Like finding the things that you like that taste good, but also give you the most bang for your buck. And so that's what I try to do. Now, I'm about to get on this elevator and go upstairs, but I didn't want to be rude. So I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing better too, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But now my mom's not doing so great. So it's like, okay, I'm doing better, but I would really like for my mom to be doing better too. You have a great day as well. Everybody else in the building have a great day as well. And like I always like to end my streams, peace, ease, and whatever you please. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?